The total amount of $86 million is to be financed from the Israeli Discount Bank for the supply of armoured vehicles to government for use by the Ghana Armed Forces. The facility is made up of $74 million Ashraf facility and a commercial loan of $12 million. The minority raised concerns regarding the value for money considerations of the agreement.
The caveat given that the Ministry of Finance has tried to do the due diligence or the value for money by itself, that cannot be tenable. We know that the Ministry of Finance cannot do that. So we need to try, as a matter of fact, try to get real value for money.
But the Ministry of Defense says the right process will not be sidestepped in retooling the country's military.
If the committee reports that the Ministry of Finance will do the value for money audit, it is not the ministry itself they are talking about, it's the crown agents or any other agency chosen by the ministry to do that value for money audit. And it's always been done. It's been done for the last, I think, 15 to 20 years. Crown agents have been doing that for us, and they keep doing the same thing. But the assurance I want to give this nation is that these armored vehicles, the APCs that are being procured, are some of the best you can find on this globe. And they'll be used appropriately. In fact, they are comparable to the MOACs that were bought in the 70s. And they served this nation faithfully for more than 30 years. And some of them are still. The setup of this loan and the structure of these sales will enable the armed forces use these vehicles for more than 30 years.
Still in the House, a member of the Subsidiary Legislation Committee, Roxanne Dafia-Makpo, provided clarity on the steps taken by the EC to allow Ghanaians abroad cast their votes in the 2020 elections.
The EC started something. We got wind that they had deployed people to these high commissions and had put in some preparatory measures. But I'm sure that they themselves, perhaps with COVID, nobody anticipated COVID in January. Even in December when they came, as part of their budget for 2020, there is a provision for the implementation of ROPA. You understand my point? So it was during the budget hearing discussions and approval that these matters came up. So in January, then they brought the instrument. But I'm sure when COVID hit us from February thereabouts and March, when the country had to be locked down, they revised their notes and perhaps decided that they will have to shelve the idea of operationalizing ROPA.